Elle from the Down the Hobbit Hole blog team, and today I'm so excited. We're going to do a little 5-minute recap of who's who in the Downton Abbey world, so that if you're a fan and it's been a minute since you've seen the show, or you're new to the series and you just want to know who's who, you will be ready for the upcoming movie. So let's get started. The first thing you need to know is that Downton Abbey is a house that the Grantham family live in the 1920s. And the house has seen the turn of the century and things changing socially. You have the Titanic sinking, which affected the estate. You have influenzas, epidemics, and the First World War. And the house actually becomes a convalescent hospital during that war. So, the story, we follow the main family as they adjust to all these new changes. And so the head of that family is Robert Crawley, and he marries an American, Cora, and they are a beautiful team. They balance each other out because he is strict, stiff upper lip, doesn't want things to change, and she's able to be a little more modern and a little more understanding and grace-filled, and they balance each other out really well. They have 3 children. Now, Mary's the oldest, and she really wants to inherit the estate, but she really doesn't want to marry Matthew, who is going to inherit the estate. And then she does want to marry him, and they have a very complicated relationship, and then they finally get together, and they break our hearts by killing him after they have a baby. So sad. He survives the war, but not a car crash. So anyways, that's Mary, but she remarries at the end of the series. Henry Talbot is a race car driver. She gets married to him. We all love Henry. So that is where she is at the start of the show. She has 2 kids at this point. Then you have Edith. Edith is the very typical middle sibling, always a bridesmaid, never a bride, struggles, has a very whiny storyline until the end of the series, and she is happily married to a marquis now. But had a child out of wedlock before that. So she has 1 child at the start of the movie. Then the 3rd sibling is Sybil, and everyone loves Sybil. She's wonderful, modern, beautiful, sweet, kind, just an all-around great character. But they break our hearts by killing her after she has her first child with the chauffeur, very scandalous, Tom. They end up getting married, and they go to Ireland for a bit, they come back, they have their baby, and she dies, and it's so sad. But by the end of the show, Tom has really found his place in the family. He's helping Mary manage the estate, and their daughter, Sybil, lives with him. So that's wonderful. So that is the immediate family. Then you have my favorites of the upstairs family. Isabel is Mary's mother-in-law, Matthew's mom, and Violet Crawley, who is Robert's mother, and they disagree about absolutely everything. They don't agree about anything, but by the end of the series, they become BFFs. They're so witty, they're so funny, their exchanges are just the best, and they really do love each other, and it's just great. They're the best. Then we switch from the upstairs family to downstairs, the servants' hall, and we meet the opposites of the upstairs matriarch and patriarch, which is Mr. Carson, the head butler, and Mrs. Hughes, the main housekeeper, and fans of the show are so thrilled that they finally get together and get married at the end of the series. Should have happened at the beginning of the series. They were just meant to be. So great. They keep everyone in line, except for Mrs. Patmore, the head chef, and her kitchen maid, Daisy. They know everything because the kitchen is the heart of the household, and it is no different in Downton Abbey. So they have a very dramatic storyline. Daisy is engaged at the start of the movie, and we love them. They're great. And then you have Thomas Barrow. He is a villain character at the beginning of the series, but then you feel sympathy for him and end up loving him, and he takes over for Mr. Carson as being the head butler when Mr. Carson retires, and you just want Thomas to be good and make good decisions. And then you have my favorite of the downstairs staff, and that is John and Anna Bates. And they have the most complicated storyline of any of the characters in the series. Death, destruction, drama. Finally, you just want them to be happy so much. Finally, at the end of the series, they get together, they're married, they're happy, they have a son, everyone is thrilled, and so that's where you find them at the beginning of the movie. Their verbal matches are also hysterical. They have so many witty quotes and one-liners, and it's just great. So there you have it. So that is a basic who's who in the Downton Abbey world. And the movie starts with Mr. Carson and Miss Hughes giving you a quick recap as well. And you can find our full review, discussion guide, and a little guide that will tell you whether or not you will enjoy the movie by clicking the blog link down below. From all of us at Down the Hobbit Hole blog, cheerio. Hope you have a great week, and we hope that you enjoy the Downton Abbey movie. Bye.